Hello, happy Tuesday. It's the first Tuesday of 2020, the first show of 2020 for the Lin Sun Show. If this is your first time viewing, my name's Lin Sun. I'm your host, very excited host. I hope everyone's having a good new year so far. One of my goals this year is to get a new phone because I still have the iPhone 5, and this is why your intro and outro videos look like this. So if you want to help us out, we are at patreon.com/The Lin Sun Show. And if you want to rock our merchandise, we are at teespring.com/stores/The Lin Sun Show. This week, I have a good friend of mine. His name is Amir Yassai. And here's the reason why I'm excited for you to get to know him. He is the most passionate human being I know. He is loving. He's generous. He is a sweetheart. I love what he stands for. He is a great representation of for the LGBT community. I love his soul. I love his energy. I love the fact that he has a huge heart and he's a great friend. So grab your snacks as always. Grab your friends. Listen to us on your way to work. Whatever makes you happy. And I'll see you after the show. Bye. Hello, welcome to the Lin Sun Show. This week we have Amir Yassai.
Hi everyone.
Hi, Amir, so cute. Look at this face, so cute. So what I want to talk about first is where do you get this confidence? You're so confident and so full of life and just sure of yourself. Like how do you, like if I were to ask you, how do I get that kind of confidence? What would you tell me?
It's fake. It's really, I think working as a publicist for 8 years, I learned early on, it's like an armor. So when you're confident and walk into a room, I always say, ask for permission. I mean, don't ask for permission, ask for forgiveness. So that's how I live my life. Like confidently go into a room and take up space because it's basically all white straight men in Hollywood. So for me to take up space, I have to just be twice as confident. That's really how I do it. Okay,
but you're naturally, but aren't you internally, you really are confident. You know?
No, I'm very insecure. I get a lot of anxiety. I do a lot of on-camera stuff. I do stand-up. I get very anxious. People just don't see it. So I use those nerves for like my benefit. So I'll just take all those nerves and then bundle up and just take it into the performance. That's why it's so punchy and kind of a little neurotic and all over the place. It's because I use my anxiety.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's really odd. People don't believe me, but it's the truth.
I don't know. I believe you because as performers, we do have that. Like, okay, but you're very open about it. I like how you just came out and was like, no, I have a lot of insecurities.
I'm very honest. On my Instagram as well, I talk a lot about anxiety or depression. I've had to cancel shows because I've been anxious. Like, I think it's very important as people that are in front of the camera, you're just very as honest. Like, and with people that are sitting at home or whatever and are like, I could never do that. We're like actively doing it as a job. We're pushing ourselves. It's, yes, of course, we all have natural talent. We have connections. We're able to kind of take our stories and make light of it and have fun with it. But that's not like, it's not something that I just have innately in me. I work at it.
Yeah. And it's funny because it looks effortless when you do it. It looks like you don't work at it. Not because I see him at open mics and I'm like, isn't he just talking?
Yeah.
But you just said that you're not just talking. What is your process for?
I think, I mean, my process honestly is like, it's just a lot of preparation. So I think we were talking before we started rolling about how like, I just kind of, it's conversational. I just do the jokes as I go. No, I write it all out. I practice. I think it's really important that people realize that talent is important, but like I always tell my clients as well, you have to put work in.
Yeah.
Like the 10,000 hour thing is real. That's real life. And I used to be like, no, I'm going to find a way around it. Because I'm like Persian. I'm like, I'm just going to find a way around.
I'm good at everything.
I'm good at everything. I can be a doctor, I can be a lawyer. I'll just take, one class at the annex and I am going to officially like, I can make pottery. It's like, but like, it's like you, and I realized that early on because I failed so many times and I also had so many different jobs when I moved to LA.
Yeah.
I was an interior decorator for a couple months, then I was a stylist, then I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a dog walker and I'm gonna do this and I do all these things and I kept failing at stuff and I realized it's because I'm not doing any of the preparation. I'm just jumping into careers and going, I'll wing it.
Oh.
Right?
And you get by winging it. Right?
Because, she knows how to work it.
Yeah,
I work some angles. I make people laugh and they forget that I'm doing a shit job. So that always, like, I had a boss that was like, stop making us laugh. You're not doing the work. And that was kind of like the first crack in my kind of bullshit egg. I was like, you need to start taking yourself seriously. Like, and being raised in like a family that had money and like I never had to like, I was never lacking for anything. So when I moved here and I had to be on my own at 19, had no support, no money, no connections in Hollywood, like that was really hard because people were actually telling me the truth. They were not hand-holding me. They were not like, oh, you're so-and-so's son, like we're gonna help you out. Like I'd always get internships through my dad. Coming to Hollywood, he doesn't know anybody. He's like, good luck. See ya, deuces, like figure it out. And I really like fell on my ass and I really got, you know, all of my dreams like handed back to me and they were like, good luck. And even today, all of my connections are mine. DMing people, going out there, meeting people, that's all me.
And you're a bold personality. Like, you know, Amir knows how to ask for exactly what you want.
Bold mean a dick?
No, like it means like you know how to ask exactly for what you want. You know what you need. You know what you have to offer. Right? You're very like, okay, do you have room for me for this? This is what I can do. These are my talents. And I've seen you do that even with myself. I'm like, it's hard to say no to you because you're so confident. I'm like, okay, let's put him on the lineup, you know?
I just always ask. And I realized that, like, even at a restaurant, like, my friends always joke because they're like, it's cringy when you send things back. And that, for me, is the first step. If you want to be in Hollywood, if you don't like your meal, send it back. That's the first step to making it in Hollywood. Learn to ask for what you need. So my friends, when they don't like their food, they're like, Amir, can you send it back? It's about doing it nicely. It's called a compliment sandwich. You ask, you do a compliment. I love your hair, you're fabulous. Mean it. Then ask for what you need. The chicken is undercooked. Thank you for being so sweet. Do you see how that works? People only remember the last thing. It's not manipulation. A lot of people say, oh, you're being manipulative. No, it's consciously, actively, genuinely making a connection with someone asking for what you need.
Genuinely making, that's the key word, genuinely.
Genuinely. Yeah. It's all about being genuine.
Because people, I'm in the service industry, I'm a waitress, I can tell when people are just bullshitting me, right? And I can tell if I really connected with the person. And then we're more than likely to do it for you.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
If I know that you're genuine.
But when you act, like when you demean, like I always said, like early on, my dad told me, like when you go on a lunch meeting with someone, if they don't tip well, if they're rude to the waitress or the Uber driver, that person, don't work with them.
No.
And that for me is, it's literally saved my life from so many deals where I've had people like get in an Uber and go, please don't speak to us. We're talking, we need to get somewhere, please don't speak to us. And that kind of attitude, that person's always fucked me over.
Really?
That kind of energy, that Ari Gold, Hollywood.
Oh, yeah.
That's
like only good for TV show. Like, don't do that in real life.
But people do that in real life.
Fuck,
you know, and I, especially publicists, people will throw things. They will like steal clients' stuff from gift bags. Oh, this has all happened, and I've seen it all happen. And all those people are nowhere now. Because it's not good energy. Like, and I think even in comedy too, I've been in shows where people, you know, say faggot and they use homophobic things and racist things and people laugh and Me Too jokes and do better. Like, we can all do better. It's just about if you want to do better or not. I have so many comedians or actors or writers, directors. It's too much work to find a person of color. It's too much work to find a trans person.
Say that?
Oh, I get that all the time. I've been on calls and people are like, well, not another black person. And I'm like, what? Hello? You know, that's kind of the energy that people still behind the scenes are still doing. And putting one black actor in a show or an Asian actor or a gay person is tokenism. So that's another thing that I really like to kind of, in entertainment, we need to get past that. And that all starts on the micro level. It's us doing it to each other. Like the way you brought me into your show, that's like small ways where we can give space to people. That, eventually, it becomes macro. You know?
So I follow you on Instagram, obviously.
You're very supportive.
Yeah, I follow you on Instagram, and I know that you talk about what you're passionate about. That's what you post about. You're not just posting, oh, look at my food all the time. You know what I mean? Like tell me that tell me something that you're super passionate about, and you want to share that with everybody, like everybody watching.
I think that for me, like for everybody watching, I think it's so privilege. Like you people need to learn how to check their privilege. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what your sexuality spectrum, what, you know, A, B, C, D to the Z, whatever you are and how you identify, learn to check your privilege. For me, white passing, I check that privilege. I realize when I have that privilege. If I shave and go to the airport, I don't get screened. I have a beard, I get screened. Learning to check your privilege is so important. Like, I'm working on a project now, and I have a producer and director, and they're all men, and I always make sure there's female energy in the room because I get extinguished by men. So men, learn how to check your privilege, especially for someone that's femme like me. There's a lot of times where the director will be like, oh, we're good, let's move on to the next scene. And I'm like, and I always have that woman to be like, what does Amir want to do? So have female energy in the room. That's why feminine energy is so important. People of color, queer people are so important. And again, that's all learning to check your privilege. That's like the biggest thing for me. Yeah, especially in the queer community, there's a lot of white gay privilege. There's a lot of kind of cisgender privilege. People need to learn how to check those things. it's not rocket science. It's just you have to actively
be
want to do
Be mindful
mindfulness.
of it, yeah.
Maybe that's what it is. Like, be more mindful of where you are, like what opportunities you have. Like, I think we throw around a lot in LA too. Like, I haven't made it, and I'm nobody, and da da da. But like, everyone's gonna get where they need to get, but it's a matter of like making active choices, right?
Yeah.
Being mindful when you're a nobody, quote unquote, make those mindful decisions. Because when you're at the top, you're gonna forget. So if you're mindful early on, you built a foundation to then do that, right? Like for me personally, as a producer, I produce like docuseries and I'm working on other projects.
Yeah.
Queer people often on camera, people of color often on camera. A lot of times what they do in Hollywood is they're like, oh, well, we have one Black person or an Asian person on camera. Okay, check.
That's
but
it.
who are the people off camera?
Okay.
Are they people that understand what you're trying to do and make sure that they're queer? And again, not everyone has to do this, but it's important that people start doing it and
Right.
making active choices.
So that means, Joe, you're fired.
Bye!
The one person I have behind camera is a white man. No, I'm joking. Yeah,
a white man that has checked his privilege.
He's checked it.
That's all it is. Like, just check it like a library book.
Yeah, no.
And just don't even think about it again.
Like
but
a
people
library.
take those books out and then they get all the fines. And you're not gonna ever progress past that. And when people at the top, like Ryan Murphy, like when he met with Janet Mock and she pitched Pose, he's like, why would I write that? Why are you not writing that? Why are you not directing that? And so that's someone that can check their privilege and throw back the ball.
I love it.
And that's beautiful. Like that's because he could have just taken it and been like, bank more money in mine. And there is a lot of ego in Hollywood. So checking the ego, you know, all of that.
Wow. When I get onto the red carpet and stuff, I'm taking you with me so you can like show me, teach me, tell me what's going on.
I will teach you. I will be like, don't ask her about that. That is not on her rider. Where are her white candles? Like,
two more questions for you.
Please.
So, have you ever been with a woman?
Oh my God, that's such a good question. Because earlier this year, I was like, you know, I've always just very much been gay, and I was like, I just all of a sudden I see like couples together, like straight couples kissing, and I was kind of like feeling it, and I was like really into it. And then just like magic, it went away. I don't know what happened. I was like so into it. I was like really feeling, I really wanted to explore like that side of my sexuality spectrum, and then I'm just...
No, it didn't do it for you.
Nothing happened.
So you've only been with men?
I've only been with men.
Oh, are you dating someone now?
I'm not. I'm dating a lot of nobodies.
Look at that.
Yeah, if anyone's out there,
get
in those comments, honey. She's self-partnered for now, but you know, you never know.
Self-partnered. Show everybody he's self-partnered for now.
Thanks, Emma Watson.
That is a bling.
She came up with that. So
self-partnered?
Yeah, self-partnered.
I need to get that.
I know, right? It sounds better than single, which is like always has an echo. It's like you're in a canyon. It's like single, single, single,
self-partnered, people are like clapping.
People are clapping.
I'm single, they're like, oh.
You like Oprah shows up, you know?
Oprah
shows up. It's very different.
Okay, so last question for you.
Please.
What is your definition of a good friend?
Oh, wow. I've cut a lot of people out of my life, so clearly I don't have a lot of good friends. I think honestly what a good friend is, for me, it's very easy. It's someone that is honest about moments when they're envious of you. Not jealous, right? Envious. So like when someone can just be like, those opportunities sound fun, I want to be a part of it, and they still support you with those, and they're honest about their feelings. Okay. There's so many times where I think we have to like be like, I'm so happy you're getting married. I'm so happy you're having a kid. I'm so happy you got a great opportunity over me. Be honest. Like my friend got a job that I wanted, and I texted him. I was like, I wanted that, but good for you. That's a good friend, right?
But you're still genuinely happy. But you're also acknowledging.
You're acknowledging the moment where you were upset about losing, instead of like. I think a lot of times in society we feel this need to like kind of pretend to be happy for people. Like you know at award shows when people are like, oh, I don't want to. They're like angry about the other person winning. Yeah. That's genuine to me. Instead of the person that's like. You know, because you wanted it. Like, just own that feeling. Yeah, that's a good friend to me.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. Oh, so fun.
I love you so much. Thank you for being on the show.
So fun. So I obviously I talk a lot about taking up space. Like, were there moments where you were starting off your career, obviously being a woman and Asian, like, were there moments where you were kind of like, how do I take up space? What do I do? Like,
actually,
did you like imposter syndrome, stuff like that?
No, you know what? Fortunately for me, once I came into the industry, I just came into the industry. Yeah, I never had men I didn't go to an open mic and men were assholes to me, or everyone's always been supportive. Maybe it's because of my age. Okay. Because I'm a little older, so they're like, oh, nice young lady, nice old woman, telling jokes. She's doing supporter. It might just be that, but I never experienced anything negative in the industry, so.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. So I got, fortunately. Doesn't happen for everybody, but.
How does being a mom help you and hold you back?
holy shit, being a mom grew me some balls.
Loves it.
Being a mom, I'm just like, you know what, everything I do for my son.
Right.
Even right now, sitting here, I have moments of, I'm away from my son. But then I remember, but at the end of the day, I'm doing this for him. Because if someone picks up this show, if we get sponsored,
right.
you know, this is all for him.
Right.
Right? And I want him to grow up wanting to be with a woman who goes after what she wants.
Right.
Right?
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, I don't want him to be with a woman who just, I sacrifice everything for you.
A martyr.
Yeah,
I don't like a martyr.
Like martyrs.
Not
so I'm like,
cute.
oh, hell no. I'm doing all this for you. And when he's old enough to know, I'll be financially successful, you know?
I love that.
And the way it holds me back, you know, I'm always worried. And I don't have the money to just pay babysitters. So it's like I can't always go to everything I want to go to, you know?
Right.
But that's the only thing.
Sacrifice. That's amazing.
Yeah, no, I don't do the martyr bullshit.
No,
we don't
do
that.
No, thanks.
Get off the cross.
Right? I love that. So I love asking anyone this question because I feel like it makes everyone cry, and I love to make people cry, and I love to cry. But it's a good question. Don't worry. Don't be scared. Crying's good.
No, I love crying.
Right? It's the best. Like Brad Pitt recently said he doesn't cry, and you need to cry.
No,
right?
you need to.
You need to cry. But what would you say to your like 15, 16-year-old self, like in high school, like now, like kind of on this side with it? You know that you have a child and you're kind of doing your own thing and following your dreams. Like, how does that? What does
15, 16-year-old self. Okay, number one, you do start looking better.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's okay.
No awkward phase, right?
No, you know, you do start looking better.
For sure.
Let's see, 15, 16 years old. You're gonna be okay. You're gonna make it. You know, everything happens for a reason, even though it feels like shit in the moment,
really
right?
Like shit.
15 was when my dad left.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's interesting that you asked that question. Interesting age. 15 is when my dad left, so 15-year-old self, you didn't need him anyway.
Yes! I love that for you. I love that.
You didn't need him anyway.
I love that.
Oh, thank you for asking
You're
that.
Of course. Thank you for having me. Oh, such a
Tell
doll.
everybody where they can find you on social media.
Find me at Amir, AMIR _YASSAI. Yes, Yas is in my last name. Thank you for having me.
Find him.
Find me.
See you next week.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Of course, sweetheart. That was so fun.
Thank you for watching the show. Isn't Amir, it's like so much fun. He's so much fun and also has a lot of meaningful things to say, and I appreciate that about him. So again, if you'd like to help us out, we're on patreon.com/The Lin Sun Show. We're also on teespring.com/stores/The Lin Sun Show. I'll keep you all updated on my goal of buying a new phone. And comment, like, subscribe, message me. I love reading all of your messages, and I do actually read them all. And be a good friend to someone today. Have a great year. I'll see you next Tuesday.